Hi, this is Shirish Kulkarni, founder and CEO of Strot Consultech, business consulting venture for helping small and medium businesses, doing that for last 5 years. In this concept called as Hatke, we're talking to various professionals, industry leaders, thought leaders, who are having a different perspective about life. In the current lockdown situation or now slowly opening up situation, they are the ones who think Hatke, and their thoughts are definitely ones that are going to make us look positive about not only to themselves but to ourselves and our businesses. So I have great privilege to have Dr. Vikram Oak with us. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Right. So as it goes, we see there is, we are not able to move out. There is a lockdown, and then businesses are not running. You're not able to get to patients. Patients are not able to get to you. Doctor, how do you manage this kind of diverse situation? Is it a diverse situation or you're at ease?
No, I am not at ease, or any doctor is not at ease at present, because there's been a sudden jolt from the blue, and then we have to face this situation. But then, of course, I think every doctor is taught to face such things, or not a crisis situation like this. But then, of course, we have our highs and lows, and we are taught to face difficult situations. So we have to deal with it. So I think whenever we have such situations, we may use our hobbies or certain other things, and then just try to come out of it.
Right. First of all, hats off on our respects to the complete community, not only you, but complete community of doctors and all the individuals who are front-ending, so as to say, this disease, and really going beyond it, putting their lives on the edge. So hats off to you, Doctor.
Many of my colleagues are absolutely working round the clock duties, and they're seeing lots and lots of COVID patients right now.
Good, good. So, we are at the turn of it. As you are pointing out, is there any kind of a hobby or something that keeps you motivated or, keeps you going when there are tough times?
Absolutely. Actually, I have lots and lots of hobbies. I have been a swimmer since my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I have been an athlete. I was a runner. I used to run marathons.
Oh.
And I love trekking as well. And I have done many expeditions, treks in Himalayas. And of course, nowadays in this situation, all these hobbies are absolutely not possible. But one thing I can continue at my home is cooking. I just love cooking, and my wife also gives me permission to continue my hobby. So I'm very happy to continue it.
Oh, wonderful. This Hatke concept brings out about H for health, A for attitude, T for technology, K for knowledge, and E for engagement. So you were talking about technology. Currently, there is a recommendation that you would use something like a telemedicine or remote medicine, giving prescription and directions to patients. So how does it work, doctor?
Yeah, actually, in the current scenario, telemedicine has got approval from the government, and there are lots of controversies about it. But in the current scenario, actually, we also are absolutely for it. Of course, it has got some limitations, but then, as far as I'm concerned, as an ENT surgeon, many of my patients, I can just talk to them on phone, and then say advise them certain medicines, and which will help them avoid their visits to my clinic or to the hospital. So their exposure to the hospital or clinic is limited. So it is absolutely a necessity at present.
All right. So as such, I'm hearing kind of some numbers where trips of patients or number of patients coming to OPD or coming to the hospital as such has reduced. Is that a myth or is there some logic?
One is actually there is a lot of fear and a lot of misunderstandings about this COVID pandemic. That is one thing. Second is as a hospital setup, like I work with, I'm a consultant in Dinath Hospital. So as a policy, we have stopped operating all elective surgeries. So actually, Dinath does about 2,000 surgeries, elective surgeries in a month. So now we have absolutely cut it down, and we have been doing only emergency surgery. So that is another reason why the inflow of the patient has reduced. Plus, like I said, we are discouraging patients from coming to the hospital or to the clinic. We have been telling them, just call us on the phone. If possible, we try to give you advice on the phone and don't come to the hospital.
Right. So telemedicine is also one of the reasons, or remote
Yeah.
medicine, or on-call availability is also.
Yeah.
So is it a paradigm shift where you will see this continuing even after the lockdown is taken out? People will use this as a model of working eventually?
I think it has got its advantages and disadvantages.
Mm-hmm.
It has got its own limitations also. Like someone who's a dermatologist or skin specialist, it will be much easier to do practice telemedicine. But then for a surgeon, where he needs to examine the patient thoroughly in person, so it would be difficult to advise everything on phone or just by doing a video conferencing. So maybe a patient comes for a visit and then he wants a follow-up, then maybe it could be possible, but it definitely has some limitations of its own.
I see. So, but portion of it, which was actually not happening earlier, this natural force has created that barrier is removed.
Absolutely, it's a big change. And then government has given approval because there were lots of controversies about telemedicine. But then in the current scenario, the government has given approval to telemedicine.
I think that's a big change in the whole business
Definitely.
model, right? It will increase the availability, it will reduce transportation, logistics.
Absolutely.
All right. And so moving forward, what are the kind of myths that we wanted always to hear from a doctor? What are the various myths about COVID-19? If you can cite some of them and
we get lots and lots of patients who have a lot of fear and misconceptions about the
mm-hmm.
disease or the pandemic. Like sometimes I do get patients who think that they're having some throat pain or maybe some
mm-hmm.
irritation in the throat, and then they're just haunted by the idea that they have got COVID.
Oh, okay.
So we have to keep on explaining to them that one is many of the patients are absolutely asymptomatic, they don't get any symptoms at all. And then 80 to 85% of the population of patients who actually contract the infection, they just get mild symptoms like just running nose, maybe sore throat, mild fever, something like that. But then people do have some misunderstandings, and then they keep on coming, or they maybe keep on calling for the same.
Okay, okay. So it's like quickly thinking that I'm kind of infected without really knowing the reality of it and panicking, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of panic.
It's not only the individual, but the whole family gets into a panic. And with this quarantine, I see there's a degree of also a little bit of an inhuman treatment, not only the patients, but I'm also finding a healthcare fraternity also is getting, right? Is that something that you're also seeing?
Like in our setup, absolutely there's no problem at all. Like we have systems and then we have been working accordingly. But then in some of the setups, definitely the healthcare workers are overburdened with duties. They have to do regular shifts. And then after that certain period, they have to be isolated. And sometimes it is not happening. So there is data that people who are doing more number of duties or duties more than 6 hours a day or for many days, they have a higher chance of getting the infection.
I see they become kind of prone, not able
Definitely,
to
they're
resist.
more exposed to get the infection. Yeah.
So for you as a doctor, do you do your kind of a day is changed considerably, or it remains the same, or you have to have a different?
It has drastically changed. So because I'm a surgeon, so I have not been operating regularly. So we have been doing only emergency surgeries, and in ENT we don't get so many emergency cases at such. We have some, but then most of the work is elective. So all my operative work has been practically shut down. So it is just consulting in the clinic and in the hospital. So lots of free time, but then lots of free time for continuing with my other hobbies.
Mm. All right. So as such, do you have any kind of a, for you keeping you motivated and looking up to, you would have some role model, some figure in your mind. Does that help you as an individual?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Michael Phelps is one thing because I'm a swimmer, and he's been a role model for me. He's been the, I would say, greatest athlete of the century. So, that is one thing. And of course, cooking is my hobby. So one of my role models is the international chef Gordon Ramsay, and I just love to watch his episodes on the YouTube and then try to follow some of his recipes.
Superb. So it had been wonderful, Doctor, to speaking to you. Actually, you've definitely gave some insights about how basically to operate in this kind of a stretch situation. Any message that you have for the community that you should do this, should not do this, some kind of a guidance?
Yeah, I think the world has gone through many pandemics. This is one of that. So we are definitely going to come out of it, and no need to panic. And I think if you're performing, one is performing, there are always new beginnings. So there will be a new beginning. So it's not the end of everything.
So nicely said. I think with that positivity, thanks a lot, Dr. Vikram. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thanks. Bye.
बिजनेस कोई भी हो, सक्सेस की नींव हम रखते हैं।
बुलंदियों को छूने की आपके अरमानों की उम्मीद जगाती जोत है, हर सपनों का हम स्रोत है।
सही स्ट्रेटेजी, परफेक्ट डिसीजन मेकिंग और बिजनेस ग्रोथ के लिए हम आपके साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर आपकी स्वप्न पूर्ति करते हैं। स्त्रोत कंसल्टेक, सिनर्जाइजिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन।